welcome. Particular thing is a slightly different type of ride today. I caught the train to Penrith and I'm riding home, going from the edge of the Lake District through the heart of the Yorkshire Dales, limestone country, and then back to sunny West Yorkshire. I think this ride is going to be in the region of about 110 miles, but I'll have a better idea when I get closer to home turf. But overnight rain finally eased up around 4 or 5 a.m. and apart from a headwind, southeasterly, which means I've got it all the way home, looks like it's going to be a good day. The hills in the distance there, that's the Crossfell-Micklefell range, and amongst them you might be able to see a radar station. That's the Great Dunfell, Knockfell, the Vontu of these parts. Another view to Crossfell and the High Pennines, following some very narrow lanes now from Colby to the outskirts of Appleby. Good stuff. With all the rain yesterday as I was assembling my kit, this morning when the sun was out I couldn't find the dark lens for my cycling specs, so because I had a train to catch, I just grabbed a pair of prescription sunglasses, polarizing ones. But even just riding to the station, you realise what a good job cycling specs do, how they wrap around and also how they cover the area around your eyebrows, because when you're down in a riding position the wind comes over the top on ordinary glasses. What a difference. So I'm pulling away from the lakes. The High Pennines are still to my left through the trees, and I'm heading now, well, I'm roughly halfway between Appleby and Kirby Stephen. I think I've around 9, maybe 10 miles to Kirby Stephen. After that I'll be beginning the climb up and over the Malastang. Wild Boar Fell, that unmistakable plateau, and the hills that are just partially hidden by the trees, we'll catch those later. That's Hugh Seat and High Seat on the other side of the Malastang. Plodding away now through Nateby, having left Kirby Stephen behind. Nateby is like the gateway to the Malastang. There's a great route over on the left that was marked there for Swaledale. That goes over the shoulder of 9 Standards Rig towards Keld. I'll go over there on another ride later this year. For the Dales counters amongst you, I've been following mostly the Eden Valley. That'll continue really past its source on Malastang. Then it'll be the Wensley, the River Yure, for a little while before climbing over Newby Head, going down Ribblesdale for a while, and then eventually making my way over to Airedale. Wild Boar Slopes. From this angle it really does look good. And that little ridge on the Nab, it's quite spectacular when it's a clear day with lots of wind. Feels very exposed. Great bit of walking there. Pendragon Castle, historical home of Uther Pendragon, perhaps Arthur's dad. Climbing up now the last part of the Malastang to gain the same height as the railway up there, which is roughly the same height as Aysgill Top, highest point on the Settle Carlisle Railway. I think I've got the right gear to do this one-handed. What a place. I always find it incredible that the River Yore and the River Eden rise in the same bit of marsh just behind me on the left, and one flows all the way Wensleydale out towards York and goes out to the North Sea. The other one goes Penrith, Carlisle, Solway, Firth and out to the Irish Sea. Completely different sides of the country, and yet they rise feet apart in the same sphagnum moss. Love it. And Moorcock Inn, famous old coaching inn there. Over the bridge at Apperset, and then a sharp right up a nice, narrow, steep little hill. If you saw the 6 Dales 130 miles video a couple of weeks ago, link up there somewhere, you'll know that I'm quite a fan of Widdale, and it's just sheer vastness. And I thought it'd be nice this time to ride it in this direction and get a better look at it. It gives you hopefully a little bit of scale, but I think it's nigh on impossible using a little GoPro. Direction, you can maybe see a farmhouse on the crest. That should be the top of Newby Head, the top of Widdale. Penigent, Ingleborough, one side. We're in Three Peaks country. Approaching Houghton in Ribblesdale now. Should get a nice view of Penigent through those trees there. And now we'll get through the village. Well, I'm between Stainforth and Langcliffe, heading for Settle. I've got about 60 miles in, and I'll call at the co-op garage at Settle for some refueling. Almost ready to say goodbye to limestone country. I've left Wigglesworth and I'll be heading soon on the back roads towards Gargrave. I've ridden about 66-67 miles I think so far. Well, I'm heading towards Carlton now, which is that little village near Skipton, and that means I've probably got about 27-28 miles to go. 80 miles ridden, by the way. I think, yeah, it's quite dark over Malastang area. I thought it might rain there, but it held off. And yeah, I've had this little headwind for company just about all the way, but I've got used to it now. I think linear rides, there's always a little degree of extra tension or adventure with a linear ride, because when I set off this morning, you know, I'm 110 miles from home, so it's quite exciting really. Different to even one of those large 130 mile circuits that I do. My legs have gone basically, but I can get home the last 25-30 miles. Let's have a little look round before the roads get too busy. But the moor's there behind Skipton. The buildings ahead is Carlton. And all is well. Well, what a super little adventure that was. I think the ride's going to be around 106.5 or something. I'll be on a high for a week after the combination of Walbo Fell, Malastang, Widale and the Three Peaks. Goodness me. The wind finally started to drop in the last hour, and I tried to up the pace a bit, but now nobody home. But another great ride, hopefully another decent video, and it's goodbye for now, and see you all next time for another edition of Clipping In.